Hey folks, hi, this is Gigi on a budget. Hope you're all doing well. Okay, see, now Hey y'all, hi, this is Gigi on a budget. Hope you're all doing well. Today it is Friday. Thank God it's Friday. We're going to go ahead and drop some money. And this is a important informational clip that I'm doing today because I was listening to what's it called? Let me see. The YouTube channel is Life in Envelopes, and I've watched this. She's a budgeter. She's got an Etsy shop. She makes budget sheets and that kind of stuff. And she did a recent move, and I think it's her husband got divorced. Anyway, there's a whole big story. So let's go ahead and get started before I start running on a tangent here. But before we go, it's summer, so we are having a paloma, which is lemon lime soda. Got some lime in there, a few squirts of fresh lime and tequila. Quite refreshing. Cheers, folks. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Title shot. There we go. Okay, we're going to go ahead and drop some money here. Let's first count how much we're going to be dropping. Then we'll go ahead and have the conversation about scammers and all that crazy kind of stuff here. Because it's kind of crazy out there nowadays. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's first count the money. Where's Luna? She's around here someplace. She usually says hiding. Hope everyone had a good week. Big Dog's doing really, really well. He's been doing. Oh, here you are. All right, there you go, girl. She knows I have treats here, so she keeps coming over here. All right. You know, I got to bribe her some way to kind of stay still. Right. So here's 60. Let me get my trusty little calculator. There's 60. And I did an update on my budget sheet too, so we'll go ahead and talk about that also. 60. And there's 20. And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Here's 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And 19. Oh, 139. That's a nice little drop in the bucket here. So that's great. Let's go ahead and do that. Put in my castle there. And let's go ahead and see where we're going to start. Go ahead and start here. Move this out of the way. There you go, Luna. I know. You're a good girl. All right. So let's go ahead. And did you see Luna's shot? Because I got a super Luna here. My pup has superpowers. Did you see that? I thought it was so cute. I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. So this week was pretty good. Went to Reggie's Monday and Friday. There's a little bit of what I did today. Oh man, he worked my arms. We're going to put 10 in here. So let's go ahead and take that out of here. Put 10. Got to remember my overhead there before I mess it up. 10. Okay, there we go. And took my mom. She had Journey had another little haul. Sorry, Luna. All right, we're going to do this last. So keep going here. We're going to drop 40 here. There we go. You know, I just realized me and Big Dog were talking. It's already going to be August. So like what? Christmas is like 140 days away. It's just crazy the way, you know, time just goes by way too fast. Put 40 in here. Make sure I can get in here. 40. And this is going to help because I did what I want to do. I know my son's come. I'm pretty sure my son's coming for Christmas. He usually does. He has a sanity. Oop, am I running out of ink? He usually he hasn't said anything yet, but I'm pretty sure he's coming. I think he did mention it to me earlier in the year, and I just forgot. I know my daughter's not coming. You know, now they got the two babies. It's kind of hard for them to be traveling right now, and they took a bunch of time off when they had the babies. So I'm not. Me and Big Dog will probably be flying out sometime around the New Year's because I'm gonna have my son here, And I know that her in-laws are going down there. I think they're going down there for Thanksgiving. But I'm thinking maybe the first of the year. So hopefully that works out fine. And we're going to put a little bit of Christmas money in here because I just talked about Christmas is coming here pretty soon. So I think I had bought, you remember folks, I had bought a fold-up bed, and my son's been sleeping on it. He sleeps in my studio here, and his girls take the guest room because I have a full-size bed. I want to try to get a queen-size bed in there. I'm pretty sure queen size will fit in there. I just have to confirm that. So here's $13 in here, and I want to get rid of that fold-away bed because I think the blow-up mattresses that we got, I think they're a whole lot nicer than that bed. So, and the bed takes up so much more room. So I'm going to try to sell that because really he only used it like once, and buy another blow up. But there isn't an urgency for a blow up bed that I need to buy this year because I have two, and he'll be using that. So here, go ahead, drop $13 in here. I think I was going to start. No, I'm not doing big dogs yet. I think I was going to go ahead and start putting money in here. My $10 one. So let's go ahead and put that in there. Okay, let me see here. Do I have red? Yes, I have red. Gigi, move out of the way. Okay, there we go. Gigi. All right. My granddaughter, Charlie, got that for me. Isn't it so cute? And it's got a little puppy. See, here's Luna. The kids. All right, so let's go ahead and do another red one here. And I'm going to actually put the date that I started on this one. I started back up on this one again. And today, I think it's the 26th or 25th. The 25th, 7/25. That's when I start saving on this one again. Let's put that there. That in here. And then let's go ahead and go through the biggie. So I was looking at this thing, and I'm thinking to myself, I don't have a whole lot of teeth here that I have to cover. So my numbers just did not look right compared to what I had in the bank and where I'm at now. So I ran a tape, went through the whole thing. I was able to find where we had used funds out of this. Oh, yeah, here you go. She's just sitting here crying because she knows got treats up here for her. Maybe that's why she's crying. But anyway, so I went back through the account that we're using for this, and I was able to find that now I know what money I spent. Because we started this, in December, I believe? No, January. January was when we started this thing. We're really doing pretty good on here. And then in March is when I got my tooth extracted. So that was $633. And then there was a $508.30 charge. I think that was for Big Dog's impressions. I should yeah, see, I didn't put down. Let me write down impressions here. Impressions. That was for Big Dog. And then that was these two. And then the $626 was used for his extractions. Oh, hold up, folks. Okay, so I counted that money and saw that there was a charge of $1,767.30 to date. That's when how much money was utilized when I added these up. So I started looking at this thing because I had like 29. That didn't sound right. So I went through and manually counted, had a tape and everything, manually counted all these little teeth here, and turns out we actually have saved to date, please, $3,658. That's pretty darn good. And I was quite pleased with that. That was as of Wednesday because, I'm a drama queen over here. You saw her right in with that drop. We did a drop of $53. And at that time, I had $1,837.70 that was, why do I have 07 here? I'm going to fix that. That's supposed to be 70 cents. Yeah, 70 cents. Just dyslexia there. 70 cents. So when I added the $53, is $1,890.70. So now, which brought our total to $36.58. So really, we're doing really well. I'm pleased. And sometimes you have to do that because you just stuff, just throwing money in there. And sometimes you need to stop, count how much money you actually have in there, make sure all your numbers are jiving. Like I said, I kept looking at this thing and I know it didn't sound right. And when I compared it to the money I had in the bank account, it worked out. So I was quite pleased with that. So over $3,600, yahoo. So, we're going to see how much we're going to drop in here today, huh? Okay, let's see what we got here. We've got a little bit of money. So let's see. There's 20, 30, 40, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66. Can I do 66? No. So what can I do? I could do 58. So let's go ahead and do 58. So let's do this again. Make sure I got my numbers straight. 20, 30, 40, 50. And then we'll do 8. And we'll just say the rest of the money's for next week. That's no biggie because I'm dropping in the middle of the week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'll put these back in the envelope. That's fine. I'm good with that. Because Luna will just have to put more of that in her bag. She makes the drop. Yeah. Let's see what she does next week, huh? So let's go ahead and color my tooth in for $58. That's a nice one there. And then we're going to see where we're at now. Put this in my envelope. I'm going to have to go. I'm thinking next week I got to go drop some money in the bank because this is getting to be a big ride. All right. So let's see what we have here. So get organized, Gigi, get organized. Okay, so now, today is the 25th, 7/25. We're dropping $58. Yep, $58. So we're doing 1890 plus 58 equals a cash available to us of $19.48 and 3658 plus 58 equals that we have saved to date, $37.16. Boom. Shakalaka. That's great. I'm so pleased with that. Yahoo. And let's go ahead and, just because we got a good number here. Oh, come on. There we go. We're happy about that. So, put this over here. And Big Dog's been practicing his smile because he's got such a pretty smile now. See? All right. Let's put that there. Now, what I wanted to talk to you folks about. Let's see. Talk about the week. Took my mom. She had a haul for Journey. Big Dog had his dental follow-up. Did great. He can now use adhesive. So he can start eating some more solid food. Went to the gym Monday and Fridays. And I felt like we did something else. But darn if I can remember what that was. Oh, I got some bad news this morning. My Charlie, when my son was going to school back east, he got himself a cat, puss. He wanted a dog, but with his schedule, he was concerned that he probably wouldn't be, because, my kids weren't raised around cats. I grew up with cats. My mom was a cat lover. My brothers were cat lovers. But they were just cats in the house. You know? And their dad, he wasn't crazy about cats. And it didn't really bother me either way. But we always had a dog in the house. But anyway, he ended up getting a cat when he was back east going to school, because he just wanted, like I say, he would like to have had a dog, but you got to really put some time in with your pup. And he knew he was going to have classes and he was going to be away a lot, so he ended up getting a cat, because a cat can kind of like a little more self-sufficient than a dog. And he got himself, there she is, a little one, as a kitten, Puss. Apparently she had been sick last week. They weren't quite sure what's going on. She was supposed to go back. He was supposed to take her back today to the vet, and she ended up passing this morning. So prayers are out to my Charlie and my son and his wife. So, it's a life lesson here for my Charlie, because that's all part of it, So just thinking of my kids, and just shout out to them and hope they continue to do well. So anyway, aside from that, isn't that crazy what happened this week? Okay. Connie Francis last week. Then we had Jamal Warner from the Cosby Kids. That Ozzy Osbourne. I just heard about Chuck Mangione, and Hulk Hogan. What the hell? These are all people that I even remember some growing up as a kid and as a young adult. And it was like, oh my gosh, that's usually it comes in threes. That's 5. That's like, whoa, what is up with that? But anyway, regards to the family, positive vibes to them. And wow, I was quite surprised to hear that many in a week. But anyway, blessings off to them, because this subject is an important subject as well. So like I said, I was listening to Life in Envelopes, and she was talking about how she got scammed. And the fact is, the scams nowadays, I think if you remember when we were younger, the Nigerian prince, was going to be giving us lots of money, and all we needed to do was this and that. Well, the fact is, the Nigerian prince has gone a little bit smarter, or maybe we've become a little more gullible, because the scams that are out now, here's a list of them right here that we need to be aware of and we need to be mindful of. So I'm going to go ahead and go through them, but these are the ones that are out there that we need to watch out for right now. So here are a few of the scams that I've heard about, and let me tell you, I personally have dealt with a couple of them. One of them one is the grandchild or the mom in trouble call. The tech support scams, I get that all the time on my computer. The bank, Social Security or IRS impersonators. I've dealt with the Social Security one. I'm going to share about that too. Romance scam. A friend of mine went through this one. And, you just don't realize some of the different scams. Oh, and of course the toll scam. And let me talk to you about some of these. So I'm going to share with you some personal stories in regards to these scams. Now, the grandchild or mom in trouble, I got that call. It freaked me out. Gigi thinks she's pretty cool. She's pretty level-headed. She doesn't get rattled too easily. At least I don't think so. I guess until it has to do with my mom. Freaked me out. Anyway, I was just in here in my studio, fiddly farting around, whatever the heck I was doing. I remember being in here and I got the call. And this guy is like just raging on the phone. And I can hear a female, and it sounded like an older female, just going off and crying and saying, help me, and just do what they ask. And I'm going, what? And then he goes, if you want to see your mom, you need to listen to me, and you need to do this. I go, what are you talking about? And then he goes, do you want to talk to her? Yeah, So then she goes, oh, just listen to what they say. And I'm thinking, Mom? Because then I'm trying to, is this you or isn't this you? I'm telling you, because I guess it just took me out, snapped me out of whatever I was doing. And I was just like, what? Because I never got look, I've dealt with a lot of crazy situations being in social services. But nothing like this, at least not targeted at me. That was different. So I'm going, Mom, Mom, because I'm trying to, is this really you? Because it's like I couldn't determine if it was my mom's voice or it wasn't my mom's voice. And he didn't give me enough time to register if it was. So then he goes, how much money do you have, or where do you bank at? So now he's asking me for financial information. So I run. Big Dog's he was out in the patio. In fact, he was having a cigar out there. And because I don't want the guy to get off the blinds. Because fortunately, my parents don't live far from me. So all I have to do is get in the car and see whether or not everything's okay. So I just got him, wave Bruce in and kind of put the phone away. Say, I don't know what's going on. This guy's yelling at me and has some lady that he's claiming to be mom. Can we just go down to my mom's house real quick? I go, something's not right. So we go up and get ready. We get in the car and I got the guy and put him on speaker. She got me on speaker. Take me on speaker. Ah! And he's screaming. And then I lost the connection. Then the guy calls back again. And we jammed down to my mom's house. And we go through the garage door because, we're able to get in the house. Because if something was happening, I don't want to be knocking on the door. So I went through the garage. There's my mom and dad sitting on the couch. And they're just like, what? I'm all freaked out. And my mom's just going, oh, man, you just got scared. You got scared. It freaked me out. The guy tried calling again. Big Dog was going to answer, but then, he hung up. The only time I've ever gotten a call like that, the guy never called back. Nothing had happened. But I now understood how people can fall to that type of call and being manipulated to give up money. I saw that. The other one that's out there right now, this toll one, if you don't pay the toll fee, they're going to take your license away. Well, I'm back east. They've been hitting Big Dog with this toll fee scam for months and months. And we had been doing some traveling. He did some traveling earlier in the year where there are toll charges, but we haven't gotten that bill yet. But they'll usually mail it to you. They're sending him texts. And then when I was back east, and I told him, it's just a scam. Don't pay attention to it. So when we were back east, or when I was back east, I was at my son's place. He says that, oh, I got that thing about the toll, and they said that if I don't pay it, something about his license, blah, blah, blah. I go, you didn't pay it, did you? He goes, well, I go, and my son's listening, no. And then I said, what happened? He says, well, I tried one card, and it didn't go through. So I tried another card, that didn't go through. I go, stop it. Don't do it anymore. Just wait till I get home. Because I told him this before. I go, babe, how they get your phone number? It's not in your registration. I go, we've paid tolls before, and guess what? They'll send it to us in the mail. They'll send us a bill in the mail. How they get your phone number? How are they texting you? Because none of that information is attached to your registration. But he, again, I can understand how people can get scared. So what happened, the story don't stop there. Probably about 2 weeks later, I get an alert from the bank that somebody's trying to charge stuff and they're thinking it's fraud. So I go online, but now I can't get on our bank because they've blocked it because of the fraud issue. So he calls the bank. And we get it all sorted out. Yeah, they had tried charging some stuff. And I told them, I go, this is a card my husband used in regards to trying to pay this toll scam. They go, well, that could be part of it. So his card, so we ended up canceling that card. We went ahead and took care of the other card because there was an issue on that. The two cards that he tried to pay that scam, that toll fee on, both cards got hit. Had to cancel both cards out. Then happened at the same time, but relatively close. He got hit again. Some supermarket down in Washington, D.C., $5 charges. No. So his card, I don't know what it is. You're out there in the black web someplace. Not quite sure how you're out there. And the thing is, no sooner did he get a new card, they hit him again. So I'm not quite sure why that's happening. He was going to be calling the bank today because we had to wait a few days before we can do anything further. So I gave him all the information he was going to call, and I told him, ask him what can we do so that you quit getting hit. They don't hit me, they hit him. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So don't fall for the toll. They will send you something in the mail. I'm just saying. And then this other one, there's 2 more scams I'm going to tell you about that I have personally seen or dealt with. I was a manager at the funeral home, and this young guy, guy that works out in the yard, on the grounds, cemetery grounds, he comes in, he goes, "You got to talk to Social Security because they said they're going to come pick me up. They're going to take me to jail because blah, 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 blah." And I told him, "Hey, look, his name is Ben. Ben, they ain't going to call you. Social Security ain't going to call you. It's a scam, Ben." No. And he was so scared. And he gives me the phone. And I go, "Look, I know this is a fraud. He's not going to give you anything." And I hung up, and he was like, his eyes just about, he freaked out. "They're going to come." And I'm having him have a mouth to go, "Ben, Social Security don't call you like that. That's a fraud. They don't ask you for anything like that. Don't worry about it." If they come, have them come see me. Did they come? No. Did they come the next day? No. Did they come the following week? No. You know why? Because it was a fraud. It was a scam. They were just trying to get money from him. So the next one is the romance one. So this friend of mine, she's talking about this guy that she's been talking or speaking to on the phone. But he's overseas. He's in the military. I believe she may have met him either on Facebook or Plenty of Fish. Anyway, she was able to find him on Facebook. And she's chatting it up, and he's supposed to be getting out of the service, and he has a son, and he's going to be coming out here. And they're talking like this, and she's talking about they talk for hours on the phone. But they haven't met yet, because he's so far away. Now time is coming that he says he's going to be coming out, and that he's going to be coming out with a son. So she's like, "Okay, so when are you coming out?" So now things are happening that he needs money. I go, "That's a scam." And further proof that it was a scam is that she was able to find his profile on somebody else's profile on Facebook. So she contacted that guy and said, "Hey, this guy is claiming to be you by using your picture under this." He goes, "That's not me." I'm telling you, there's people out there that want to take advantage of you, whether you're young or old. There was just somebody on the news not too long ago. She had a young, probably as old as my kids, late 30s, early 40s. I can't tell you how many thousands of dollars they just took from her. Scam. She can't get that money back. She's out that money. But we got to pay attention to what's really going on. Because the thing is, I don't, maybe I do. I try not to look at life where somebody's always out to get me. Nah. You don't want to live that way. You want to be in a state of mind that's, I'm not saying not to be aware of your surroundings, but you don't always want to be on guard. And sometimes it's hard because we do so much of our life on our phones, on our laptops, on our iPads, computer, whatever it is. We do so much of our life electronically. And that's where they get you. So we have to be very mindful of what we're seeing out there. Because they're sneaky. And they're always changing, these scammers. So let me, I made a list here of what we can do. And I got a little video, because Gigi likes to do videos, how we can protect ourselves from scammers. So here we go. Pause before reacting. Scammers want you to panic. And I believe that. They kind of threw me off my mom, remember? Take a breath and think. Think about what they're asking you. Think about it. Take a minute and just think. Nothing ain't going to happen right now, right then and there anyways. Just think. Don't click on strange links. I'm telling Big Dog. Because sometimes he'll get some funky links and he goes, oh, I go, do the very top. Because the very top will tell you where it's from. Click on the very top. And if that address is some NYZZ, some funky type of wording, delete it. It's just a fraud. Don't open it. That's just a fraud. Because sometimes you can put your settings so you can see who the email's from. If you can do that, that's even easier. Just delete it. Because if it says it's, let's say, from Bank of America, but it's from Joe Blow in Ohio.com, and it ain't from Bank of America, you know what I'm saying? So look as to where that link's coming from. And if it looks unusual, just delete it. Don't open it. And if you're not sure, just go to the actual website, because I'll tell you what the domain name should be. Verify with a trusted person. Make sure whoever is if you have somebody close to you that you can trust and ask about this, like my mom's always asking me all the time, I got this, is this for real? Is that it? You know, like, no. Because it feels off. Ask somebody for help. Whether it's a community member, a family member, a friend, or even the bank. Don't hesitate. Because really, you're saving yourself. Don't think that you're harming anybody. You're not. And don't think that you're not looking smart. You're looking very, very smart. Because sometimes we don't like to ask for help. Oh, you know, that's such a silly question. No, it's not. Not nowadays. And never send a gift card or wire transfers. Because no real business will be asking for payment like that. I mean, you're going to pay me off in $500 gift cards? I don't think so. But these are the type of thing, or Bitcoin. Bitcoin's the other one. There was a story that I don't even know I shared with you before. This little lady was at a Bitcoin machine in a liquor store. This happened out here, because I saw it in the news out here in Arizona. And this lady, this young girl, the cash register, is watching this lady, and she's there at the Bitcoin machine and dropping in a bunch of cash. And then the young lady felt that something was off. So she went over there and asked the lady, you know, can I help you? Is everything okay? And the lady, elderly, they just need this money. I gotta give them this money. What the cash register gal did, she called 911, and a cop went down there. And he was asking the lady, well, what's going on? He goes, well, they're asking for this. They need it. So the cop gets on the phone and says, this is Officer blah, 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 blah. The guy on the phone who's a scammer is demanding to speak to her. He goes, no, you talk to me. So now the cop is telling her, don't put no more money in. And he has to try to convince this female, this elderly woman, not to stop putting money in there because they're stealing it from her. And the guy is being, you know, such a because he's a thief. He's demanding and he's yelling at the cop, I need to talk to her. And the cop said, who do you think you're talking to? No. Identify yourself. Fortunately for that lady, $28,000 is how much money she had dropped in there before the cops came in. Fortunately, they were able to get that money back. But, you know, sometimes I think even the elderly are more at risk because sometimes we're not as savvy maybe to some of the stuff that some of this new technology. So be very mindful. You know, if something doesn't look right, just stop and take a breath and see what's going on. And if you need help, don't be afraid to ask for help, because there's so many people out there that are willing to scam you and you don't even know you're getting scammed. You know what I'm saying? So I thought I'd share that. I thought that was really important information, you know, to share with you folks, especially after I had seen the poor lady on the other YouTube. So one of the things we want to do is watch out for each other, stay alert, talk openly, don't be afraid to talk about this stuff, and share this with someone that you love. Was that nice? And I think because of that, I got a quote. My quote of the day. Ready? Here we go. Stay alert. Scams are often disguised as opportunities. And it's by unknown. Don't know who the author is. But I saw that, and sometimes scams, you know, it could be a scam for financial gain. Well, for them. Sometimes they present it to us as the financial gains for us. It could be for romantic purposes. Like, you know, they're our one true love. And all they want to do is get into your finances, you know. So those are opportunities, but it's not for us, it's for them. So like I said, be mindful, stay alert. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I think that's it for today, folks. I just wanted to share that story out there with you. Here's a couple more. Here's my clips on the different kind of type of scams we need to be mindful of. These aren't the only ones that are out there. I'm sure there are other ones I don't even know about. I'm just saying. And then also how to protect yourself, how to be mindful, how to be aware. So I think that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this little story or public information. What do they call that? Public announcement? A PBA? Public broadcasting announcement? Something like that. But anyway, I hope you guys have a good weekend. You folks out there, you hang tough tits up. The week's here. It's going to be ending in a few hours. You have a good one. And until next week, beware those scammers. Ciao, folks.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good